The orphan boy who became great. In a small dusty village lived a young orphan boy named Kofi. Kofi lost his parents when he was very young. With nowhere else to go, he was sent to live with his uncle and auntie. But the home he entered was not a home filled with love. It was a home filled with hardship. Every morning, before the sun rose, Kofi was already awake. He swept the compound. He fetched heavy buckets of water from a river far away, and he worked for hours on his uncle's farm under the hot sun. While other children walked happily to school with their bags and books, Kofi watched them from a distance. His uncle shouted at him for the smallest mistakes. His auntie barely gave him enough food to eat. Some nights, he went to bed hungry. But inside Kofi's heart, something powerful lived: hope. One evening, while helping at the village market, Kofi found an old, torn book lying on the ground. It looked useless to everyone else, but to Kofi, it was a treasure. Every night, after everyone had gone to sleep, Kofi would sneak outside and sit under the stars. Using the faint moonlight, he slowly began teaching himself how to read, word by word, letter by letter. Sometimes he used charcoal to write on the ground. Sometimes he traced letters in the dust. He was determined to learn no matter what. One day, a traveling school teacher passed through the village. As he walked by, he noticed something unusual. A young boy, kneeling in the dirt, carefully tracing letters with his finger. The teacher stopped. He watched the boy for a moment. Then he asked, "Who taught you how to read?" Kofi looked up and quietly replied, "I am teaching myself." The teacher was amazed. He saw something special in that boy: determination, courage, a hunger for knowledge. And that moment changed everything. The teacher helped Kofi enroll in school. It wasn't easy. Kofi still had to wake up early to do chores for his uncle and auntie. He still worked on the farm, but every spare moment he had, he studied. He studied harder than anyone else. Years passed, and the boy who once traced letters in the dust became one of the best students in the region. Scholarships opened doors for him, and slowly, Kofi's life began to change. He had a scholarship to travel abroad to study medicine. Kofi studied hard and graduated with a distinction. He became the doctor he had always been dreaming about. Many years later, a car drove into the same small village. People gathered, curious to see who had arrived. From the car stepped a well-dressed young man, confident, kind, respected. It was Kofi. The poor orphan boy had returned, but this time he came back as a doctor. Kofi built a small clinic in the village to help the sick and the poor. The same people who once pitied him now admired him. Even his uncle and auntie stood quietly, ashamed of how they had treated him. But Kofi did not come back with anger. He came back with kindness, and with a smile he said, "Hardship did not break me. It made me stronger." Remember this: your beginning does not decide your ending. No matter where you come from, greatness is always possible.